Let's face it, we all have our skeletons in the closet. And if you clicked on this video, perhaps you have more of them, or at least you are aware that there are multiple so-called entities living inside you. It doesn't matter. That's how life is, and we all have some trauma. But is it actually true that we are stronger if we have experienced some marking shocks in our childhood? I don't know. With these things, most ideas become cliches. It's either it makes you stronger or you become a psychopath, a serial killer, That's the big cliche, when they analyze the life of a unrelenting murderer. They always go back to the childhood. There's some truth to that, but I don't know if that makes us more powerful. I believe it renders us more vulnerable for sure, because these inner scars, they are eating us from inside, and they can provide fuel for our desires and motivation, but they can also bring us down and make us inconsistent. It depends on the way in which you channel this energy, and it also depends on how you define strength. If being obsessed with something makes you or categorizes you as being more powerful, then yes. But if you want to be a stable individual who is liable to lead a normal, happy life with its ups and downs without having too many unsolved dilemmas, then it's better to have a happy childhood, without extreme experiences, extreme painful experiences, because there is a reason that we need some nurturing when we are kids, and a safe environment, because that might make us more anxious when we are older and kind of feel unsafe, and it might also hinder our ability to adapt and create a family. I'm not saying it's impossible, but when your upbringing promotes some good values and you feel more or less at peace, then you become a strong adult. And so my opinion is that trauma actually makes us weaker, at least for the day-to-day challenges of life. If you want to become an artist, then that plays in your favor. However, I don't think that we should romanticize this idea that pain provides inspiration and it's a sort of irrefragable or an irrepressible component, because it's not. There are happy artists who provide good work and also deep. It's not as if pain makes you shallow. Pain makes you profound by default. So yeah, that's my opinion. Of course, there are exceptions, but overall, it's better if you don't have it. Because what's the point, you know? And the fact that we are prone to put a sort of overworldly, ethereal veil, so to speak, on our traumatic experiences is part of the coping mechanism, which helps us for a short term, but it's not good for in the long run, because if you idealize your ailments, your ego becomes stronger and you might enjoy pain, so you are then starting to prolong them consciously or unconsciously, and that's when the cycles in our life come into being. If you've noticed that you are kind of unwillingly repeating the same mistakes and you are attracting the same persons that are not that are not good for you, that might be a sign that you also have some monsters under your bed, monsters whose existence you haven't acknowledged yet, and in whose darkness and in whose dark soul you haven't dared to look until now. So we have to be very cautious when it comes to these psychological games, because our identity is all built up around this sort of things, and at a certain point we lose control and our actions are unconscious and we are kind of repeating the same pattern. But anyway, I believe I answered the question more or less adequately. It's something I'm passionate about, and at the end of the day, I believe that you have to accept yourself with your points forte and with your flaws, because you cannot escape. And if you fight yourself, your actions become more and more automatic, even though that might sound counterintuitive, and it goes against the principle that you have to master self-control.